Here's an example of using simple linear regression to predict the amount of points an NHL player will score throughout a season. Simple linear regression is the most basic form of regression modeling, and it's nothing fancy, but it's pretty easy to wrap your head around, so it's a great place to start if you're a complete beginner with data science. Once you understand regression models, more advanced topics like machine learning will be much easier to learn. So what is simple linear regression? It's basically just a line of best fit between two different variables. So for example, I have this scatter plot here with data about player age and points scored from the Pittsburgh Penguins. And there is a linear correlation between these two variables. It's kind of a weak correlation, but there's still a correlation. As player age increases, so does the amount of points they scored in a season. Note that I filtered out the goalies from this data set since goalies don't typically score many points. All right, so step 1 is to create a scatter plot of your two variables. We've already done that. Step 2 is to draw a line of best fit. Step 3 is to look at the R-squared value to determine the strength of your model. R-squared is also known as the coefficient of determination, and it ranges from 0 to 1. The closer to 1, the stronger your model. In general, an R-squared value greater than 0.5 indicates that your model is at least sufficiently strong. So in this example, my R-squared value is 0.4, which indicates that this model is kind of weak. But we all know that there are a lot of variables that influence how many points a player will score in a hockey season. So in this context, an R-squared value of 0.4 is fine. Step 4 is to calculate the equation of the line of best fit. Remember that the equation of a line will be in the form y equals mx plus b. Once you have your equation, you're basically done. You can now plug in values for x and solve for y. So for example, if I wanted to estimate how many points a player who is aged 36 would score throughout a season, I would just plug in 36 for x and solve for y. So here's my equation over here. And when I plug in 36, I'm going to multiply x by the slope and add the y-intercept. And when I solve, I get about 45 points. Lastly, let's go through how to do this in Python. It's pretty simple. So scikit-learn has a package for linear regression. So the first step is to import the linear regression package from scikit-learn. Next, go ahead and read in your dataset. And then you can create a new model and specify which variable is your x and which variable is your y. And it will automatically run the model for you. You don't really have to do anything. Lastly, just plug in an x variable and run your code. And there we go. There's my predicted season points.